And the key battleground state of Pennsylvania, a ballot counting was stopped briefly in the biggest city, Philadelphia. Democrats appealed against a ruling that allowed observers to watch the process. The Trump campaign earlier said a team had been given access to the process. A counting there has now resumed.
Listen, guys, democracy dies in darkness. This is the opportunity to shed light on what's going on inside this building. Our observers are going to be 6 feet behind every person who's counting these votes in accordance with the COVID protocols. This is a win for every person who's cast a legal ballot in the state of Pennsylvania. We're going to go in here right now. We're going to start watching what's going on, not from 30 feet away, not from 100 feet away, from 6 feet away. This is a win, and what you will see is the Democrats are going to try and stop this from happening. They're going to appeal this decision because they don't want the American people to know what's going on in here.
All right, well, let's go to Philadelphia. DW's Stefan Simons is in front of the Convention Centre. Welcome, Stefan. So what's the situation now?
Well, let me tell you something. As you can see here right behind me, there's Trump supporters, I'm stepping out of pictures, facing off pro-count the vote activists. Very, very peaceful, kind of a festival environment and vibe here. But what's going on behind me is that until just recently, a few minutes ago, nothing was going on inside. There was no counting because it had temporarily halted. Why? Democrats had asked a higher court to nix the decision, to get away with the decision or make away with the decision from a lower court, which had allowed the Trump campaign to send in more observers. And the exclamation point here is behind observers. Those people are just watching what's going on. They're not assessing, they can't interfere, they're just looking at how the counting process works out. Now, however, it seems to be the case that this has resumed and that the counting here in Philadelphia has resumed right now.
So why would Democrats be against observers watching the process?
Sorry, I didn't understand that. Say that one more time, please.
Yeah, why are Democrats against observers watching the process?
Oh, yeah, well, they say there are already observers in the ballot count process involved, and that is true. There are observers, Democrats, Trump campaign supporters who are observers, who are looking at how this all works out. And, of course, the government here, the city government and the state government says over and over again, like, there is really no reason to be anywhere or cast any suspicion on what the process is here. What's happening is here that what's counted are mail-in ballots, and those are the ballots which people sent in via the United Postal Service or dropped off in a ballot drop-off box, which have a post stamp November 3rd. That was the election day, and those are counted now. Now, the Trump administration obviously does, as they have said so, does not want those ballots to be counted now, 2 days after the election.
OK, we see lots of crowds behind you there, Stefan. It sounds very loud. What's the mood actually like?
It is very loud. Again, let me step outside here a little bit. You see there Trump supporters, flags, posters. They are separated by a line of police in uniform on civil clothing. And if my cameraman pans to the other side, there you see the count all the votes protesters or activists, and they're giving each other, so to speak, a yell or a even dance off here. We have seen dancing and hauling and everything. It's peaceful. It is absolutely peaceful. Every side makes the other side listen to what they have to say or not.
All right, good to hear that. Stefan Simons in Philadelphia, thank you so much.